Welcome back to Sparta. Here we are with Elias once again, and he has leveled up twice, and I believe that was due to our previous encounters with, well, a variety of different people, but mostly the Delian League, and we have 2 skill points and attribute points to distribute here. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe what we should do is we should advance our intelligence and then start speccing heavily into power throw. I know I did say previously that I was going to go for bows, but then I have seen how powerful the throwing proficiency actually is, and I'm thinking maybe javelins or maybe slings. It really depends, but I'm thinking that slings will work with power throw, I think. I mean, it's throwing damage, I don't know, but what I do know is that I'm going to need much more proficiency if a sling is going to work, and I personally feel like javelins are probably going to do more damage anyway, so we'll probably just go for throwing proficiency as it is. And as a side benefit of me leveling up intelligence to get those extra skill points, because theoretically we could go all the way up to 5 in power throw straight away if we spec'd 2 points in intelligence. Now, the other side benefit, as I was about to say, is the fact that we could then go for pathfinding in the next level, and then we could get 4 pathfinding, so that would make us a little bit quicker on the world map. We could also get a bunch of other things to potentially think about. So, for example, we could get some more persuasion if we wanted to do that, or we could just get some more weapon master or whatever. So let's just go for intelligence. I'm going to just spec everything into power throw right there, and we are going to be leveling up my throwing proficiency. Obviously, my throwing proficiency at the moment is awful, so let's just see if there is anything here for me. There's nothing. There are some of these slings, which might be kind of fun to use, but I'm not really sure. But I'm going to stay on the lookout for the javelins. I think that is probably going to be our best bet for the most part, so I think we're going to do that. And otherwise, I am here, and we are going to be doing some damage to this patrol who is running away from me right now. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up. Phew. I thought to myself, oh, they're going to escape. That's not going to do very well, is it? No, but thankfully we were able to catch up, and then we'll see what we can do with them. Now, let's see if I can... yeah, okay. So this is exactly what I wanted to have happen here. So I am going to tell my archers to follow me. Now these archers, I'm going to also tell them to hold their fire. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually tell my archers to stand over here. I'm not going to tell them to follow me just yet. And I will now tell them to follow me, so they are actually following me rather than being... shall we say, mimicking my movements, because I would much prefer them to be following me in a very strict pattern rather than, you know, going ahead of me or something like that. So we are hopefully, as a result of this, going to be able to perform a very cool tactical maneuver, and if it works, this patrol is not even going to know what hit it. It is going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those times where our forces will absolutely destroy the enemy, and we won't even have... if it works as I intend it, we're not going to have any casualties whatsoever. Where are my guys going even? As you can see, they want to be in front of me, which is kind of not my intention, but I guess we'll just leave them there, and I'll just have to give them a wide berth and hopefully make it so that they don't run into the enemy too soon. Obviously, we are being shot at, which is a big problem. So, yeah, you know, that's going to happen. I don't really know if we're going to be able to sustain this for that much longer because, let's face it, our ranged units do not have good shields. And, I mean, come on, you know, that is just apparent. It is just so incredibly apparent because they are light skirmisher units. They are not meant for any kind of sustained warfare. So if I can, I would like to move my infantry into a position where they can potentially start murdering with their pokey sticks. And yes, here we go, here we go. Alright, fire at will, please. Okay, so now these guys are going to go crazy. They're going to do so much damage. They really are going to do so much damage. Let's tell these guys to hold position here. Maybe move around a little bit more. There we go, something like this. And let's poke this guy. There we go, come on. Take him down, please. Yeah, nice, good damage. And now our friends will, our archer friends will hopefully be able to kill the enemy archers as well. Oh, seems like, have they run out of throwing weapons already? It seems like they may have already run out, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, no casualties. No casualties whatsoever. We were able to pretty easily rout the enemy. And wow, these skirmishers run really quickly, don't they? Whoa, okay, remind me never to annoy one of these guys. They are going to run you down like no one's business. But it seems like the enemy is now able to escape relatively easily, which is, I suppose, a bit disappointing, but we were able to get a little bit of experience for our forces. Alright, so they do have some stones here, but I'm not going to be taking those. As I've said, the stones are not exactly my, not exactly my thing. Ooh, what is going on here? Hello, it seems like they are attempting to take this. Ooh, that could be a really, really good opportunity for me to loot some villages if they're not already looted, and maybe to gain some more money in the process. I'm not entirely sure if we can pull it off, though, in time. We might be able to. I'm going to sell... Oh, I can't sell that. What can I actually sell? Doesn't seem like I can sell that much. Where are the javelins, by the way? I don't seem to be able to find the javelins in the Spartan town, so maybe it's not a Spartan weapon, which is kind of weird, but I guess maybe that would make sense considering I'm using... what kind of units am I using for the thrown weapons? These guys? Thrakios? I have no idea where those guys are from, so I guess we'll have to figure it out. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit some more hoplites from these from this town right here, and then we're going to go over and see if we can maybe loot a village, or maybe stage a... whoa. That's not going to work. Yeah, I was going to say maybe stage a siege of our very own at one of these places. 583 units. That's what happens when you have a crazy high campaign setting. It's just crazy how much the garrisons are, how big they are in actual fact. Okay, so these guys, I'm gonna get these guys a little bit higher up in the order here, and I still haven't been able to find a ransom broker, which is kind of unfortunate. Ah, who's that? Aha, hello there. I believe this is a fellow who is slightly more injured than most. Ah, he went into here. Okay, well that's kind of unfortunate. Oh well, never mind. I suppose it's okay because we are now very close to a village, and I would like to raid this if at all possible, because if we can successfully raid this, I should then have enough cash to be able to build another Weaverian Dye Works. And we have shown that Weaverian Dye Works is just fantastic in this mod. Combined with your mercenary wages and things, you really don't have to worry about money. And that is a fantastic thing indeed. Anyway, this is not even bad. This is not bad at all. I'm not worried about this. 126 against 244. Usually I would be worried about this if we were... shall we say, if we were in a proper fight, like on a battlefield, I think I might have some problems. I might have some problems with this. But as it stands right here, I don't think we need to be too concerned. Although, in the past, the Delian League has shown themselves to be quite deadly. And, well, even in the previous episode, we had to extract ourselves from that situation because they were being too effective against our forces. It could just be that I ordered my forces, my forces badly, I gave them bad commands or something, but I think in general it was just because the enemy had decent, mid to high tier units, and that really did make a huge difference. I really should have told my archers to follow me, but oh well, never mind. I suppose it's not too big a deal, because those guys run pretty quickly, and you know what I'm going to do? Just going to tell these guys just to hold position. Just going to tell them to hold position right here. And these fellows, follow me, please. Yeah, so they're just going to poke at each other a little bit, and I'm going to move these archers to the side, and hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of the fact that there are no defenses from the back. Hey guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? I actually got shot for 30 damage now because of you. You absolute imbeciles. Okay, well, yes, that's me as well, but oh well. I'm just taking it out on them. All right, let's fire away. Let's throw all of those wonderful, wonderful spiky sticks at them. And we'll see if we can maybe do some damage. Whoa, they're actually doing a pretty decent amount so far. And let's see if I can... Oh, it's really nice that they have a bunch of farmers with them as well. I mean, I know that farmers generally... This is not really honorable, but, I mean, war is not really honorable in general, so we're just going to have to do our best to get some experience from some of the other guys. Yeah, it's like these fellows right here. Okay, I should try to use overheads a little bit more. Overheads have proven in the past to be very effective, and maybe sometimes more effective than what we would normally see. Okay, so are my guys... Yeah, I think they've run out of javelins. It seems like they only have about, what, 3, 4, maybe 5 javelins each? Or maybe they just, you know, shoot them or throw them very, very quickly. And maybe that might be the reason why they are always running out. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, that is indeed it. That was an extremely quick fight. Very nice result. And there's 30 renown. Look at that, 30 renown. And we already killed 70 of them. And we lost 1 person or something like that. That's crazy. That is insanity. Now, obviously, there's going to be the time when we are going to come up against some, you know, some contingent of units that are harder to kill than the initial... initial formations that the enemy is using. And that day might come, because we did have that previous engagement that forced me to retreat. You know, it forced me to retreat, and I don't really want that to happen again. So maybe we'll do a little bit better this time around. So I'm just going to tell my forces, my archers, should we say, to follow me once again, and we're going to try and refine our strategy. And we'll see how that goes, because, you know, as it stands right now, it is literally one of those times when you kind of want to just test your strategy or tactic or whatever it may be out to make sure that it works as effectively as possible. Now, I haven't really refined it that much. I really have not had too much experience with using the thrown weapon guys, but I'm hopeful that we will be able to make good use of them in the future, and maybe even get some Cretan archers as well. I think they could be extremely powerful, so maybe we'll try to do something like that. Why are my archers running in right now? Don't run in, guys. You are awful in melee. It would not be advisable to do that. Okay, so thankfully they're not running in now, so let's do fire at will, and they can just do their thing. Oh yeah, we dodged that. Did you see that? We moved away just as he was about to swipe at us with his dagger. That was really cool. Okay, so hopefully... Oh, nice. Yes. Hopefully I will be able to get past that guy's shield. Nice. Okay. And hopefully we can do some damage here. Oh yeah, there we go. We're getting some good experience. I think that's it. I think that is it. Poor guy. This one guy is left. And, well, I'm happy to take the experience. That's for sure. It's almost like, it's almost like Highlander, you know? I'm just coming in here and cleaving off everyone's heads and being like, there can be only one, or maybe, you know, 61. Yes. Me and, you know, 60 other guys. Yeah, that seems to be the case. All right, 23 renown. We did lose some people that time around. So, yeah, it just shows that even though this strategy should be pretty foolproof, there are still those opportunities where the enemy can get those kills. And it could turn very fast if we let it. So we should be a bit careful about that. Okay, so once again, hold your fire. Follow me. And we'll see if we can do a little bit better this time around. Okay, so I'm going to tell my infantry to go really close to the enemy, and hopefully the archers will just continue to follow, and they will be absolutely fine. I've got to be a bit careful though as well, because even though my archers do have shields, they are the worst shields that you're going to ever see, and the enemy does act well. It seems to have some archers. Yes. Yes, there we go. One hit kills is what we want. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's tell these guys to charge in, and yeah, my guys are being killed by the enemy's thrown weapons specialist guys, so that is not very good. Okay, so let's just tell these guys to run away, and then they can use their thrown weapons. Yeah, this is not really what I wanted, to be honest. This fence is causing all kinds of problems for us, but maybe they can shoot through it? I don't think they can, to be honest. Yeah, this is not really going to work, so let's tell them to go around to the other side. Yeah, now here's where we're losing people. This is indeed the problem. Yes, there we go. They actually helped me. That's nice. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the spear combat is so much more... I don't even know what to really call it. I mean, you know that I'm already in favor of it, but I'm trying to think of... I could call it all kinds of positive things. Like, I could say it's impactful, you know? I could say that it's skillful, but I'm looking for that one word that describes it perfectly. It's kind of... nuanced. It's kind of nuanced because on the one hand, you have absolutely no way of fighting back if you were to use the standard spear thrust. I'm talking about this thrust right here, you know, that thrust. Basically, if someone gets in your grill, you know, if they get right up into you right there, into your hitbox, or, you know, into your melee range, you're basically not going to be able to do that much. But in this mod, they give you the opportunity, and it feels so much more nuanced, as I said, that you can basically sidestep. You can sidestep the enemy's attack, and then you can try for a nice overhead, or you can try for even a thrust. I mean, you know, maybe a thrust once you've sidestepped might get through. And I think that that is great. I feel like having that greater degree of control over the fighting system is exactly what Warband was kind of not missing, because the fighting system is pretty fun, you know? I mean, I wouldn't have this many years in the game if it wasn't fun in regards to the fighting system, of course, because the siege combat can certainly get a little bit grindy, but that is another issue entirely. But the point is that when I'm fighting, I don't know whether you noticed in the previous little engagement, when I'm fighting, you could see that I was getting disarmed. Like, people were getting into my melee range, and I really wasn't able to use my main thrust ability, my main thrust attack. And that's because, of course, you know, they want to try and prevent me from using my spear to its greatest effect, which is usually at the maximum reach that the spear has. Because then you can go for some, you know, deep thrusts, and you can get some good speed bonus, and, you know, whatever else you kind of want to get in that situation. And all I do is I just go like a little bit of a strafe here, a little bit of strafe to the left, and then just go for a nice overhead or something like that. I'm getting poked to death right now by these guys, because these guys are kind of elite at the moment, but you can see that, look at that. I actually pushed this guy back, look at that, a nice parry, and then a thrust to the kidneys, you know, a thrust to the side. And that really makes a huge difference. And this is the point, you wouldn't be able to do this in normal Warband, you know, because usually in normal Warband, you're going to use something different. You're going to use like a, I don't know, two-handed bardiche, or you're going to use a, you know, military cleaver. And I'm talking about native here, obviously. But I just feel like the the nuance that you get from the additional spear animations really makes a huge difference. If you haven't played this mod, I'd highly recommend checking it out. And I feel like mod creators like this should definitely, I don't know, be hired by someone, you know, be hired by someone to be part of a developer team or something like that, because it's fantastic, you know, the amount of vision and passion that's gone into this, especially for one person. This is one person doing this. I know that, you know, people make games with one person, and that also definitely deserves all kinds of praise. But I'm just talking about mods in this case at the moment, and I think that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, you know, the as far as I'm aware, someone did mention that the animations are from Viking Conquest. Now, I've also heard that someone else said in the comments that they were custom made by someone for the mod creator themselves to use in this mod or in other mods. I'm not entirely sure what is true at this point, because I haven't played Viking Conquest in a very long time. I personally find Viking Conquest a little bit frustrating to play, and that's a whole other thing. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I find that, you know, a little bit, you know, I'm not going to, as I say, I'm not going to get into it, but the point is that I feel like if it is indeed completely custom, then that's amazing, and if it is taken from Viking Conquest, then that's also pretty cool, because being able to find that in the heaps and heaps of coding and, you know, all that stuff is really quite fantastic. And look at that, we now have so many units. I'm gonna sell, I can't even sell anything right here. It's kind of sad. Maybe I can take this. This is a polearm without a shield, does 48 damage. It's pretty crazy, but it's 32,000. I do not have enough money for that. I certainly don't. All right, so where are the thrown, where are the javelins? I have no idea, but I guess I'm just gonna sell some fabric. I really can't sell anything because these things have nothing. Look at this. This marketplace is awful. They only have, well, 700 for me right here. The horse 600. Okay, we'll sell this. Yeah, just pay me whatever you can. And then there's fine fabric. I mean, we're making money. Don't get me wrong, we're making money, but it is really not as good as you would hope, because they just don't have enough cash. I will hopefully be able to find a marketplace with much more cash as we go forward. But yeah, as I've said, I can't find any ransom brokers. I don't know where the ransom brokers are, because the mod creator has said that the ransom brokers are in the game. They are there, 100%. But I believe that they have a smaller population than previously, so that also might contribute to my lack of being able to find them. So there's 800. We can sell some wine and this, and some honey. 1600 flax bundle and dyes. Yeah, there we go. That is pretty nice. All right, what else do we want to sell here? Well, we can basically sell all of this. Sell the goat milk, wools, hides. Yeah, that is fantastic. Another 841. And we still have that armor as well, which I could theoretically sell for a pretty significant amount. But unfortunately, none of these guys have enough to sustain that. So I guess I'm just going to have to go into the tavern and we'll see what we can do about finding... Ooh, who's that? Is that a ransom broker? No, it's a farmer. Well, I guess that's okay. Why not? Where is this village? Okay, so where is that? Oh, it's right by the side of us right here. Okay, I guess I'm going to go in there and see what we can do, but I am going to need to rest for a little bit of time. How long do I have? It seems like I have unlimited time, or at the very least, we shouldn't have too many difficulties with it. Oh, there we go. We just have enough now to be able to afford that Weaverian dye works. That's going to be really nice. And, oh yeah, I believe that some people did say in the comments that I should start to think about creating my own faction. I don't know whether you've seen, but the garrisons that we have seen in this mod so far are insanely strong. And I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. Not right now, at the very least. I'm going to have to progressed through the game a little bit more than, what, 40 days. I think it's literally just been 40 days. And I do not ever, apart from maybe a native, and maybe some of the other more advanced, very, very fast mods, create my faction that quickly. So yeah, it's probably not going to happen that soon. I would like to be able to, because I think it would be pretty fun to create my own faction, because I believe there's also a custom troop creator as well, and I don't know how to do that at the moment, but I think it would be pretty cool to find out. But yeah, creating my own faction at this point is suicide. There's no way about it. It really is just insanity, because this is a standard town right here. It has 782. They've got 299 of the regular units that you can just recruit from the town itself. And I've got, well, how many of these? I've got 44 of these against 299 of those. Yeah, it's never going to happen. It is extremely ill-advised in my opinion. And the one thing that I would really need to create my own faction, you know what it is? It is a weakened garrison of some kind. And even then, we'll probably get attacked by some guy with 400 or something around that number units, and he's going to absolutely murder us because of how many numbers he has. So that is indeed another problem. So what I'm going to try to do, as I said, is we're just going to quietly build up our money. We're going to build up our renown, because I've got 146 maximum company size. You remember how we started off? We had, what, 30 or 40 or something like that? That's pretty crazy, and pretty decent progression as well. So we're going to do that, and then we will, at that point, when I have about, I'd say 250 is probably going to be a really good time to think about creating my own faction, but obviously it really depends on how the game goes. And so that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.